Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Welcome to FMLFPL, I'm Alon.
This one.
The final of the Istanbul series.
Yeah.
No more screaming. I miss screaming. I miss screaming into my microphone.
Yeah,
at 11 p.m. every Monday.
Yeah, you can only scream the call to prayer over there. You can't scream
call
the
to prayer. I'll wake all the cats, all the fucking babushkas outside. I'll wake the whole house.
Yeah. So what do we got today, babe?
We got another quick turnaround. I was looking at the schedule.
Yeah.
It looks like we have a normal week on the face of it. We're going to, allegedly, I'll be home on Monday. We can pod on Monday. Boom. And then, all of a sudden, there's a Wednesday game.
Gotta have a Wednesday game.
What happened there?
Well, I mean, we have, what do we have? We have Saturday, Monday, and then Cheeky Wednesday. Arscast, Brenham, another London derby. You got to squeeze it in on Wednesday. Why would you make it any other day besides Wednesday? You have to make it on Wednesday.
The other teams that just played, Brighton and Ipswich, are playing on Monday. Brighton and Arsenal got to be on Wednesday. Got to start the new year off with Brighton.
You got four days off, and then it's a special New Year's Day game.
Yeah,
New Year's Day football.
Know. I saw that. I was like, what's happening? Why can't we just have a normal week? Everything else is pretty much fucking normal. But I guess we can still just pod on Monday and take it from there. But
yeah,
it'll be nice to be back in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been gone for a while, but
gone for a while.
No one cares that much about it. They want the football. They want the meat. Get the meat off the bone.
The kebab.
So how are we? The meat on the stick.
Yeah. Look at Team Walsh.
This Walsh. So I got 64 minus 4 equals 60. You know, it feels like no matter what configuration of players I have, there's just no possibility of actually having a good week. I'm starting to get to that phase of the season. You feel me?
I mean, I look at your team. It's like has Isak, Captain Mo, the two essentials, has Palmer, 10-pointer. Gets 3 out of 4 returns in the back line. What's going on? Where did other people get points? Is it just Cunha? Is it just...
You keep disrespecting Fabianski by saying 3 out of 4.
I will keep disrespecting him.
It's 4 out of 4. A save point is a return. I got
especially in 30 minutes.
Well, you can't help if you get stretchered off. That's neither here nor there. But I got 4 out of 4 returns.
Yeah, please. I guess you got to think he was on pace for like a 12-pointer. The rate at which he was getting saves.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, though? It's like, I have everything you're saying. Like, like all my fucking
every
got
guy
points.
That
all
it seems guys, like you need to have.
Blah, 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 blah. What do I have to do? What do you have to do?
Yeah, who? Genuine question, like on Discord, like who? Is it just Cunha? Or is there someone else that like... Haaland. Everyone has... Yeah, well, not having Haaland would be fucking nice. I'm still not going to let it happen, but I'm enjoying it too much. But
if I had Mateus Cunha instead of Haaland for the last 2 months, I'd be top 10K. Is that what you're telling me?
Cunha, you're saying the highest scoring forward in the entire game? Is that the guy that you're talking about? Surely everyone owns him.
Who would not? Imagine not owning him. He gets red cards and he's so good.
Carneiro da Cunha?
He's so good that he doesn't even get banned when he gets red cards. How could you not own such a player?
Yeah, dodging that is fucking scenic.
That's a scenic special.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm kind of confused how you're not on a green. I don't know who people have who you don't have.
We don't get greens in this parish.
And the fact that you have like Hoyson 8-pointer, Castagna 5-pointer, Hall 6-pointer. I mean, most people didn't do better than that. I mean, at best, they're like equaling that. Maybe double Arsenal clean. Fucked you or something. I just don't know, dude. I just don't know.
Fuck it. Fuck it. I didn't get Bruno.
Thank God.
Plus points on that.
The soccer replacements were fucking hilarious if you think about it. Diaz does not play. Jota gets 10 minutes. Bruno, red card. There's probably
Odegaard
other ones.
Clean sheet point. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm probably forgetting others.
Piss hair is the only one that pissed.
Gordon. Yeah, Gordon was the one. Looked great again, and the red card. And yeah, 51 points for me, but I also took a -4, so 47. My only good picks of like Timber, Pickford, Milenkovic are the only returns again. I mean, I have Palmer. I'm still going no Mo. I took my first hit of the season. I broke the hit cherry. I just wanted my guys so badly. I wanted to bring in 14 million of Liverpool attackers against Leicester for them to get a total combined 10 points, 10 minutes and 1 point. So that was a good job by me. I don't know, dude. I just don't care that much about my team. Genuinely. Just going to keep going down.
Content.
What did you say?
Good podcast content.
It's not about my team. It's about us talking about the game and other, players and what's going on,
what does it all mean?
I just think if you're listening to this for some sort of like FPL expert fucking, oh my God, I finished top 10K every season. Like, you're obviously in the wrong place. If you don't know that by now, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But yeah, my team's very, very gone. And I'm going to keep it there and see what happens.
Keep it gone? Transfer in Bale soon?
Listen, I brought in Jesus, Jota, Diaz for, home Leicester, home Ipswich. I went for it. I did not go for it. I went for the 3 most high upside guys I could afford, but
you just forgot to get Gakkening.
Didn't happen. Yeah, it was the Gakpo week. Yeah, it was the Kai Gakpo week, and Gabriel missed the fucking sitter of all sitters.
That was the easiest chance he's had all year, by a lot.
Yeah, the most
that was
free.
Wildness.
Yeah.
I think it was so easy that he could not believe what had befallen him. He just shat it all away.
Yeah, it was just that was a real head in hands. But yeah,
all right.
It's all right. It's all right.
What do we got next? Our team's shambolic mess as usual.
You're I need to do a deeper analysis about where your team is at, because that should have been a green. Should have been a green.
Yeah,
you did all the right things.
All right, just relax. It's not.
There's one more game week for the December Mug League. As of right now, it's not updated, obviously. I think, according to FPL Game Week, it seems like the same 3. Amol, Ole Roger, and Sean Everett. I cannot verify those until I get back. Public League leader still Jason Schwab. Good job by you. What are we going to do here, dude? What's the plan?
Got a lot to discuss today.
What's the chat?
Well, I mean, one thing seems very abundantly clear to me is everyone keeps telling me that you want to get pen takers, but do you? When you get minus points when they take the pen, is that good? Because if you don't take a pen, you don't get minus points.
Yeah, it's hard to get minus points. It's an avenue.
You need to get
we always talk about avenues being
Bruno.
Points, but avenues can also be minus points.
Negative points. And not the BPS points.
Yes.
The negative BPS points we can stomach, but I mean, Haaland is just... Is it Haaland or is it a body double swap of somebody else? Because he is doing things that he has never done before in his life. I can feel confident in saying.
He's definitely reached new levels.
It's an actual joke, laugh riot watching him play. He doesn't even make runs. He doesn't get shots. He takes
shots
pens,
are long on. Yeah,
forget about shots. Forget about shots.
We're greedy even asking for a shot from our forward.
Fuck a
He's
shot.
15 million. Calm down.
Just head it into the mixer. Potentially get an assist by doing some
he's
low
basically 15 million
action.
Onuachu, except he has
I wish he was as good as fucking Onuachu.
Paul.
He's not as beastly as Soton Onuachu, but the pen was actually insane how bad it was, you know?
Horrible.
I mean, it was just so bad. Like, we could have taken a better pen, and we would have saved that pen if either of us were doing either of the things.
So his points go 0, 2, 2, 7, 5, 2, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, and then he was good.
You forgot
that was up until Game Week 5, the stay humble Arsenal 9-pointer. He's actually cursed.
Is he just washing up liquid now? Like, what is happening? What's happening
we
with him?
briefly texted about it like on the day. I mean, it sounds like a meme troll thing to say, but he's actually the worst pick in the game by far because of the price.
It's not close.
Not even close.
If he was 6'5", you'd be like, oh yeah, he's in no teams.
You just
terrible.
don't have him. You just whatever. And instead, he's 15 million. He's taking up so much money. He's not captainable. I mean, I was considering capping him, honestly. Obviously, I have no Mo, and I was like, I don't like capping against Everton. Is this finally the one? And then luckily I didn't do it because I would have capped a 0-pointer. But yeah, he's not captainable at all until they... I thought actually City played better, to be fair. I thought they were like
better
more...
but being the worst team in the league.
Yes, and better than relegation fodder.
Then they were just among the worst teams in the league instead of the actual worst.
They played pretty well for 60, maybe 50, and then they completely fell off again and did nothing for the last 20 or 30. But yeah, I don't know. I'm running out of words with Haaland. It's funny as fuck to me, and I'm enjoying it a lot at this point. I'm loving owning him. I'm loving watching him fail every single week. I love the City meltdown. I'm here for it. My team keeps winning. They drop points every single week. It's fucking hilarious.
Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, it's the
amazing.
thing that's the worst about it is like that he plays Leicester, Western, Brenham, Ipswich, and then it gets harder. Like, if only that were reversed, I could actually feel happy to take like a -12 and just fuck him into oblivion and redistribute everywhere. Yeah. But I'm not doing it. Like, I'm just holding him for these 4 and fuck it. Like, where am I going from here? Nothing works, nothing's good, nothing's fun. So I'm just going to sit tight.
Describe the cost.
It's not sunk when
the cost is so much more sunk.
I'm looking for Atlantis down here. I'm sinking down to the bottom of the depths. Like, I'm going to find that fucker. He's going to get some points.
That's all right.
He can't keep doing this.
That's
like,
right.
He can't keep. He
can't keep getting away with whatever he's getting away with. Yeah.
He is the best striker in the world. Like, he can't keep doing this every week.
It's so good. Long may it continue. Watch him just finish the year with how many goals does he have? 13 goals, 1 assist. Done. He's done for the year.
That's it. He sits on that.
Fuck it.
Deal on that. Yeah, I mean, they're
the worst pick in the entire game is Erling Haaland. Amazing.
Yeah, easily.
Amazing.
I mean, they have a lot of every game that I watch them play, I just think that they are more and more comprehensively fucked. That's the biggest issue where, like, I think maybe if you talk to, like, we've been talking like a month ago or even a few weeks ago or 6 weeks ago, I'm just kind of thinking, okay, there's a lot of quality here. It could just be snapping. This player, put him here, put him there, put this combination here.
There's a lot of Foden, Kevin, like, they'll come back. They'll do well. It was like, no.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin's completely finished as far as I'm concerned. Like, he needs to just go to Saudi Arabia tomorrow. If they could sell him in January, they will happily do that. But I mean, look, you and I have had have spent a lot of minutes talking on this podcast about our differing opinion of Doku. We can shelve that. But I mean, between him and Savio, the output is just strictly, it's just not there. I mean, so whether you think these are good or bad players, it is irrelevant. Like, they're not putting they're not putting numbers on the board. They're not putting asses in the seats, and there's just no alternative with the Bobbinings still dead forever. Like, Jack just gets ill every other week, so he's available once a month.
Yeah,
Foden actually looked I didn't think he was good, but I thought he was active and lively. He actually played, which was the first game I was like, oh, Foden played. This was the first game I watched Foden this year, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, overall, and like Bilv is just, I think Bilv, you know, I think he's getting away with it the most of any of these players because everyone's talking about, you know, Gundo can't run anymore and Kovacic. Like Bilv is bad. Like he's just really bad, I think.
Bilv is like in the Haaland world for me, for Pep. Like he's just like, at this point, he's just like, well, he's one of my only 100% fit players who works really hard. But
he's ineffective.
He just has to start. Like if he had a full fit squad, he would rotate him and, you know, keep him fresh and play him in other positions, but he just can't. So like, I don't even like, I think he just has to run him into the ground and there's no other option. But I think it was the solo pod, right? It was the one I wasn't on when you were talking about Doku and Savio. And I think you summed it up great. I mean, it's like Mahrez, Raz, Sane, you know, Prime, Jack, Foden. Like you look at all these previous wingers who have like between 15 and 20 goal contributions every single year, even though they don't even play 3,000 minutes. And then you go to Savio and Doku and it just feels like they might luck into 6 assists or something like that. Like Savio, I think he took like 7 very bad shots, the most in the team. Like all he did was take bad shots. And that's kind of all he does is just he's mellow. He's Carmelo Anthony. It's like get the ball to Savio, ISO, and then do fucking nothing and be bad. And like like you mentioned with the runs with Haaland, I mean, it's fun to just solo watch Haaland and just see him like look over his shoulder. He sees it Savio. He starts walking. I know where this is going. Like it's either going to bounce off of some defender and maybe luckily fall to me and maybe I'll get a chance, or that's going for a corner. It is the X corners are fucking out of control. So
yeah,
I thought they played well for once. Not well, but better. Like I thought they deserved to win in the game for once, which has not been the case for a long time. But you know, they weren't great. Nah, there's not, and Haaland basically did nothing. Again, don't know what to say. Yeah, there's not that much else to add. Obviously, everyone who's doing well doesn't have Haaland, right? I mean, there's no world where you're doing well and have Haaland. I don't think.
No. Forget it. Forget that.
What do you think the ideal front line would be? Like, are people just on like Cunha, Isak, Nico, or something?
I don't think Nico's there.
I mean, Nico's been blanking, but you know, I still think he'll get his points.
I mean, the third. I mean, it's certainly Isak. That's clear.
Isak far and away.
Yeah, I mean, Cunha obviously recently has been, you know, tearing up trees, but this impending ban is like I don't know how people deal with that. It's like they either have him,
they're just
waiting to see if there's if the executioner strikes or not. But yeah, I mean, it's 2 of them and someone else, but there hasn't really been a consistent third performer recently. Like
Wood's fallen off.
Wood's been blanking, and Dot's been blanking. He probably won't start in the next game because Enzo's been talking about, or Maresca's been talking about rotating. Duran ban, like maybe now Watkins is good for a couple game weeks. Like,
I mean,
cheap
honestly,
guys are kind of all
home Brighton, home Leicester doesn't get that much better for Ollie. If Duran's band holds up, and it probably will, you know. Yeah, I
mean it's also though then the other side is like this is a team that just got disassembled against Newcastle. And look, Newcastle have been playing well, but I mean, like we've been complaining about
they were also
all year
down to 10 for an hour.
Yeah, but I mean, just their consistency of like creating chances and playing with attack, like they just have been doing that all year. So, you know, you're looking at these couple of fixtures from Ollie, and you know, I think it's maybe a little bit more hope than, you know, banking it up based on a recent evidence. I mean, you know, like Kai has a goal today, but like they don't fucking do anything. I don't know what the fuck Arsenal are doing.
As a Jesus owner and capper in that game, I didn't see anything from Jesus, Kai, Martinelli, Trossard, any of the 4 of them to be like, oh, that's the guy who's going to like benefit most from Saka being out and get chances or anything.
The beneficiary is none of the above. Like
the
they're just going
beneficiary is
struggle
clean sheets.
to win offset. Yeah, clean sheets because they're just going to play less attacking.
They're going to go for
than
1-0s, and I honestly think their defense is like back. Like it's back to like last season form.
Yeah,
they haven't conceded anything in this run of games. I mean, there was the Star Worldy and like, you know, random.
That's disingenuous because we could have scored a couple in that game.
Yeah, that's true. You guys did, but most of their other games, of their other games have just been like non-events, like just shut down.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the third forward might be. I went for Jesus. Obviously, doesn't feel good after that game, but I'm hoping I don't know. Saka's apparently out for a fucking while. I'm hoping, you know, Brentford, Brighton, Spurs, Villa, Wolves, like one of these games, double or triple return from him. I don't think it's a bad pick, but mainly maybe because there's no one else. Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting both with João Pedro. Like, I've just been through this too many times to look at him and think he's ever a problem, even though he just doesn't shoot anymore.
Boomo all over again.
Who?
He's Boomo all over again.
Yeah. But
get rid of Boomo. 5 straight games of no shots or some bullshit like
and then
that.
He just goes 10, 13, 17,
9,
12, whatever. Yeah.
2 more blanks, but owners after these 2 blanks aren't like, oh fuck, I have to get rid of him. They're just like, no, you just hold Boomo.
Yeah, I mean, Pens, you know, he's obviously doesn't look great at 9 from FPL or IRL, but it just, I don't care. If he's fit, he's going nowhere on my team. He's basically not an entity, but the forwards have been a little bit tough this go around, and I keep waiting for like wanting Mateta to be a thing, and he just like doesn't
might be
look
now.
Good, you know,
might be now.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, we have a good run coming up, but he just hasn't looked good. He just really hasn't looked good.
Yeah.
Just hasn't looked good.
I mean, the run starting now is home Southampton, home Chelsea is obviously not great in 20, and at Leicester, at West.
They have no
it's
good
not
defenders.
that bad, but it's not great. Yeah. At Leicester, at West Ham, home Brentford, at Man United, home Everton, at Fulham's tough. But like most of those games are good. Like Palace will be in with a shout for 2+, and you know he'll probably be involved. I feel like. I mean, what do you see from Eze? Because I see, obviously, anytime he's fit, people are talking about Eze. But to me, when I just watch highlights and stuff, it just seemed like he was kind of build up, deeper, number 10 kind of floaty guy. And the actual forwards were Sarr and Mateta.
And Munoz.
Fucking Munoz, dude. He's a fucking big time pick right now.
Yeah, he's the best pick. On the team.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, Eze looked fit because he actually was running, which he hadn't done in the past few games. But yeah, he's doing a lot of build-up. He's just so meh. You know, he just looks so meh every game, and this was no exception. He's just hesitant on the ball, not decisive. He just has been really bad. I mean, this is the worst season he's played for us by a million miles. And I don't know, like, if he's just not trusting his body or he's just finding it harder because teams are fouling him or keying on him or doubling him more. But, I mean, there's just nothing there. You know, he doesn't look good. And, it sucks.
Fair enough. Yeah, I hope he rebounds. I believe he will. I mean, we have so much evidence
Quality's
of him being great.
It's just not, it's just not being produced. What about Gakpo?
How could you, though? You know, like, I mean, everyone.
How could you not?
How could you not? Great point. And so many people got Diaz, me included. I think everyone's kind of perving and salivating for Jota to get a start because everyone kind of loves Jota, and everyone's had a fun time with Jota at some point.
Slot keeps talking about how he's going to manage him to fuck.
Yeah, well, that's not ideal. But everyone's had a good time with Jota, so everyone's eyeing on Jota. Everyone already owns Mo except me. And just like, Gakpo, when he starts, you know, he'll go for that curler 5 times a fucking game. He's going to cut in and go for that curler.
Elbow curl.
I mean, that is a signature Gakpo goal at this point. That's like all he fucking tries to do. But I don't know, the starts, the minutes. It's just a little sketch. It's just sketch. I don't know what to make of it.
He started 6 straight. He gets subs,
which is shocking,
but he also
right?
returns. I don't know. I mean, is it shot? Like, clearly, Jota, when he's not fit, I mean, look, he prefers Gakpo and Diaz 9 to fucking Darwin. That's evident. That's not a question. It's just a matter
except
of
for
like,
this game.
but that's because he's playing Diaz for the next game and last game, not all three,
maybe.
right?
There was some shit about, I don't know if this was around Discord, but like Diaz's brother or dad or some health thing or something. It might have been like a family emergency.
Why does he have so many familial issues, this fucking guy, Luis Diaz?
Well, mainly because terrorists in Colombia kidnapped his parents.
I think that
kind of sums
Colombia?
up. Yeah, it was just...
but I mean, dude, there are other fucking people from Colombia that play in the Premier League. I don't hear anything about it.
Yeah, well, that's one weird one. If someone's parent gets sick, and that's kind of a normal one.
Yeah. Fair enough. But Gakpo, like, it seems like his new preferred is Gakpo left, Diaz 9, and Mo right? I
mean,
now. Yeah. That's what he's been doing for now until proven otherwise. But if Jota's not going to be fit enough, and, look, with the pile-up, he's going to rotate because he has a lot of good options. But the pile-up's kind of ending-ish. I don't know. I mean, maybe... Yeah, I mean, Gakpo, he's like 7'2". I don't know. It does seem like a little coveragey type pick because... It's
coveragey. It's also buying yesterday's points because we're 9-2, 9-1, 12. You're buying him off of those. And then it's like, he's had multiple runs this season of fucking 1-pointers. You know?
Off the bench.
Off the 1-pointer, 1-pointer, 2-pointer, 4-pointer, like... That he's had horrible runs where you're going to just be sitting there, short leash. Why do I have this guy? I need to do something about this guy is going to be the feeling. But as we just covered, there's not that many good forwards to own, right? So maybe it's just close your eyes and, when he starts and he's good and you just get the points.
I think it's more of a question. Like, I've seen him in literally no teams, and I think should be in more than 0 teams, especially when Cunha's red card actually gets handed down and you're looking for replacements. Like, because, you look at someone like Wood, right? And certainly you have better minutes, outlook with
minutes
Wood.
And pens. Yeah,
minutes and pens, sure. But, you also look at how many chances do they create,
Yeah, what's their output per game looking like for Forest? It's 1-ish per game.
Yeah.
They're trying to score 1 goal per game.
Yeah, with Gakpo, I mean, until Jota actually can start and then Diaz is pushing Gakpo for the spot, I just feel like he's okay. Like, it might be really short term, but
that's
Jota
the thing.
could also
I think
just
it feels really short term
or injured really. But like, Jota's not like, he could not be fit for another month. We know what he's like.
It's possible. I think that the fact that he's been subbing on and then now it's like a normal amount of time between games.
It's too close.
It's a week between 19 and 20, and then it's 10 days between 20 and 21. Like, Jota's going to start one of these games, I think.
That's fair enough.
But yeah, it's worth bringing up, though. It is interesting how literally no one has him. No one's talked about him once because everyone just prefers the sexier guys.
The mids, yeah. All right. What else we got going today?
What else do we have? I wanted to bring up Bowen, too. I just think...
Sure.
Forgotten man on a forgetful team.
You mean someone I had in my Gameweek 1 team?
Your Gameweek 1 post. Maybe this is a post hype, or maybe there wasn't. There was never hype. Maybe there shouldn't be hype, but I don't know what to call him. But just good, like in easy runs, his numbers are out of control. And again, he gets another tap in, 6 shots, another goal. He's just fucking quality. And there was a long run where they played tough games and West Ham basically lost every single one. And he was blanking his life away because they suck and it was too much for him to just do on his own. Full Krug being the team has to be good for him. Huge upgrade over Antonio. Kudus is back, Paqueta will be back next game. Like, they have guys. They're a good team. They actually have a lot of good players on their team, even though they're managed poorly and their defense is bad.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I mean, we need to look more, we need to focus more on these kinds of players who are going to end the season with whatever, 180. That's what he got last year, right? Between 150 and 200.
Dude, that's why I've been saying
I know,
this
but
shit.
you don't have
that's
them
why
now.
Well, because I'm a fucking fish.
We all are. Yeah. But it's like, we gotta literally
fucking did.
July when the schedule comes out for next
fucking
season.
Did. That's why I fucking had this bitch in my Game Week 1 team when no one else
I'm not saying
him.
we have to own him Game Week 1. I'm saying we need to go through West Ham's schedule and say, this is when I'm going to own Bowen, and this is when I'm going to own Bowen.
Yeah, but that's not even really, I think, reasonable. Like, you say he never blanked his life away. He never had more than 2 blanks in a row all season. I mean, he's just got 11 returns in 18 game weeks, and
that's fair. He had a bunch of blanking 2 in a row games, but never more than 2. But it's fair.
But he captains and plays 90 and just about hangs on enough. Like, he's been very negatively affected by the bonus point changes, I think. I mean, he only has 7 bonus points on 11 returns, which is really bad, and that's really denting his overall points output because
he was always bad though. He had 14 bonus last year on fucking 22
he's the kind
returns.
Of player that would have more points if he was an actual forward in the game and not a midfielder.
Yes, he should be a forward. The way he's playing this season. Yeah,
but if he got a normal amount of bonus points based on his returns, he'd probably be at 100 points, and you'd be looking at him as just, comfortably a top 5 mid in the game.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean, he's on some pens when Paqueta kind of doesn't play. I think he got 1 pen this year or whatever, but
third of a pen to share or something like that.
He's 7'5". He's just kind of underpriced, and like we talked about preseason and shit, like he's going to finish on 175 in that region, and it's good. He's just good. Always going to be good, and like you were talking about the rest of the team, they have really good players. It's been very disjointed with a lot of injuries this year, but now I think you're just, it's yesterday's again. This is yesterday's points because they do have a really tough run coming up, so. The time to own Bowen probably won't be for a little while till February.
Yeah, I mean, they have Liverpool, but at Man City is a great fixture. Home Fulham's fine. Home Palace is okay. If Fulham and Palace were away, I'd feel way worse about the fixtures than I do now.
Yeah,
we just said he's only he's 2 in a row has been his max, right? Home Liverpool, we haven't talked about Liverpool defense. They've fallen off a cliff. They concede every single game. I don't think they've cleaned in a long time. At City, it's still good. I mean, the other teams if Everton's scoring goals, that's still a good fixture for someone like Bowen to just counter and just get 5+ shots again and just get a goal again. And then the 2 home games, he'll probably return and at least one of those.
I mean, something I've been kind of thinking a little bit more about. We always look at the fixtures like, okay, are we looking at this from the defense clean sheet standpoint or the attacker standpoint? It's like, I've been looking at it more of is this team favored in the game? And if the answer is no, I'm like,
gambling situation.
I'm just like, I'm good. When I look at them, I don't think they're going to be favored to win a game until maybe home Brenham in 25. So I'm like, can I squint and tell myself that, some of these fixtures are okay for an attacker? Yeah, I can. But I'm also this team is not going to be favored in any of these next 6 games.
They'll be favored home Palace.
I don't know. We'll
Palace
have to see.
Have just been okay this year.
But the next 3 games could mean a lot in terms of where we look at in Game Week 22 because, we could win 2 and draw 1 and they could lose the next 3. And then, it's going to, but my point is that I can easily just find another midfielder who's favored in 5 of the next 6 games. I'm like, oh yeah, I like this more because, they could score 3 goals in any of these games. Can West Ham score 3 goals in any of these games? No. They really can't. They need a lot of luck and a pen or something for me to think that they're going to score 3 goals in any of the next 6 games. So like, then I sort of am seeing things a little bit in those in that lens. And I'm just like, I don't know.
We're doing the talking out of both sides, right? Because yes, all that might be true and has been true all season, right? Like they've been bad all season. And yet, here he is, West Ham. Yeah, I mean, they've played Southampton, Brighton, Bournemouth, Wolves. That'll happen.
Lop is lopping.
They also lost 3-1 to Leicester, but...
well, got to. New manager bounce. Or
got to bounce
was that
the books,
old manager bounce? I don't remember.
But it's just like, that's been the case all season. They've only scored more than 2 goals once, and it was home Ipswich in a 4-1 win. And
he trickles his life away.
5 goals, 6 assists.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's good.
So
I still want him in the good fixtures, though. So
yeah, I'd prefer it, but I think we might just be blinded by a team and manager being bad when this pick is just like easy and safe and a hold. Like, well, look, take last week for an example.
But I got him game week 1, and the fixtures weren't good, and he got points every game, and I sold him. I did the Watkins thing again. Like he literally returned 3 of 4 weeks or something. Like he was returning every week, and I ollied him to oblivion, and now I can't go back, and I'm just talking myself in circles of like he's a bad pick. Like this is what's happening.
Yeah,
because I can't go back and admit my mistake because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah. I mean, who would ever admit a mistake? Certainly
not me. Not this guy. I never made one.
I would have Mo in my team if I was up to those standards.
It's so annoying. It's annoying to see and do something game week 1, but not be able to.
You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
Like me just obviously having Mo game week 1, the only person in our fucking entire Discord with Mo, just being like, you guys are all stupid. Why don't you have Mo? Not getting rid of him.
After all he did was get points.
All I did was get points. But yeah, I mean, listen, Bowen, it just stood out to me. Like we just talked very briefly about like all the people that everyone got for fucking Saka. I didn't see anyone get fucking Bowen. It was Diaz, Bruno, Matto, Gordon, Foden. The fuck? Meanwhile, Bowen is just there. Yeah, Odegaard. Bowen's just there, scoring every other week. Good. Playing well. What else we got? It's a quick turnaround. By the time this pod comes out, we'll be like less than 30 hours to the next deadline, I think.
Yeah. Well, Fuckford just persists.
Oh my God, Pickford.
What can he
imagine my season if I didn't get Pickford?
No, forget it. You'd be fucking 8 million.
8 million, actually. I don't know what to say.
Keeper of all time.
Yeah, like imagine not starting next season game week 1 with Pickford. And is it even possible?
I'll live that reality, and you'll watch it.
I'll watch it crash and burn. Dyche keeper named Jordan Pickford.
Well, that presupposes that Dyche will be there come game week next year, which I would be surprised about. But yeah,
why would they not have Dyche? Because they got all this new money, or do you think he wants to go somewhere nice?
No, I mean, I don't think he has a say. I think he's just like outstaying his welcome of, how long are they going to continue on doing this drudgery? I feel like they have the new money, new blood, new young blood, and they're just going to kind of overhaul the staff. I mean, maybe it's not this summer. Maybe it's the following after they get their bearings. But it seems like Dyche, he obviously did a job by keeping them up, but it's like, I think that relationship is coming to an end.
Yeah,
between Everton and Dyche.
Certainly possible. Yeah, man. I don't know. What else should we talk about?
Enzo sucks. Fucking.
I thought he was pretty unlucky to not get a return. To be honest, I was watching that game.
He's not Jacob Murphy. We could say that.
He's not Jacob Murphy. He's also not Ahmad. So at least there's that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it took like a worldy Leno save twice for him to not get a goal or an assist. What can you do?
Got 2 points.
Well, yeah.
Got a red arrow.
Red
Yeah.
arrow. Maybe
Odegaard
ends up,
feels like a
that's
mistake.
it. Even after that spell of him just like creating every chance and shooting every
Yeah, I
chance,
mean,
don't
he
know.
like woke
Taking
up for 3
corners.
minutes. Yeah, he woke up for 3 minutes and, nearly scored a worldie, but I'm just sitting there watching this team play. I'm like, I don't want any of these fucking players. I
know you want triple at the back, really.
I mean,
but I don't think, I think it's too early to say mistake. He could have easily like double returned. I know he blanked, but he could have double returned.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll give him a couple more, but it just feels like
having corners
misspent.
and pens is
but how could they win a
humongous.
fucking pen?
Well, guys go down all the time. Martinelli's probably good at winning pens. He seems to do that kind of thing. Kai's really like gangly. He could get elbowed in the face.
Gangly.
Don't they play Brighton soon? Maybe João Ladro will actually connect with his elbow this time, and you'll get a cheeky little pen. Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Ladro?
They just make it up as they go along. Ladro's ladding, and they whistle, they don't whistle, they snip, they snap. It's a fucking nonsense. Palm God had a good God.
Tyndall got
goal.
sent off.
From the tunnel from the nether regions. No,
I can't wait to hear more about this. They didn't show anything.
Show any of it.
But after the game, a journalist said to How, the incident was described as a 20-man melee, and they asked How about that, and he was like, "It's not far off."
In the tunnel.
20-man melee between
but it was like at halftime?
Villa analyst and Tyndall and apparently 18 other people.
At halftime?
Yeah, it was either when they were going in or coming out from the tunnel or something.
It was probably Tyndall and the other prima donna on Villa, the little like Icelandic hobbit guy they show 4 times a game.
Oh, the fucking set piece
Tyndall
coach.
probably took exception to how much airtime another assistant coach was getting.
That's true.
So he just went absolute murderous, like blood red rage on him to just take him out.
That's
so the only thing that could possibly
occur. That's the only explanation. And honestly, fair play, because Tyndall is that guy.
That little hobbit. Yeah. I mean, he's just getting away with murder. It's ridiculous. The amount of, like, why we even know about him is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. We should never know about him. No one should know his name or even what he looks like. And literally everyone who watches soccer knows exactly who he is.
Not anymore. If Tyndall just ended his life.
God, yeah, maybe I'll just go to jail with Cunha.
Yeah.
Never have to see either of them again. Cunha scoring Olympicos, by the way. Man United, the only team who's capable of conceding multiple Olympicos. A week, let alone a week, a fucking decade.
Yeah.
This fucking team.
4 losses in their last 5. It's pretty hilarious. They're just horrendous.
Mess continue to be horrendous. Understatement of the year.
Dude, it's worse than when they had Tennis Hogs. Tennis Hog only lost 4 games in his whole duration of being there this season. This fucking new little Bruno bitch boy from Portugal just lost 4 games on the spin, basically.
It's crazy. It's
crazy. Like they're getting worse. It's something else.
They just don't really do anything. Like, Ten Hag's obviously bad. Everyone knows that. But, they took risks. They sent guys forward. It was a net loss with how much space there was behind them. But they sent a lot of guys forward. They tried to do stuff. They tried to overload all day. They just, as watching that game, it's like they just don't do anything. They just
Bruno gets red cards.
Yeah, well, Bruno, both those challenges are fucking late and lazy and stupid and just like the easiest yellows ever. So he deserves that, obviously. Yeah, they just didn't do anything. They get the ball wide and dribble it around, recycle it back into the middle. There's a huge fucking gaping hole in the middle of the pitch where no one's allowed to go, apparently. No midfielders are allowed to go there. No attackers are allowed to, cut in there. And they just recycle and go back and forth. And, Wolves were okay at best, but it was just like an easy win in the end. Like, I don't know. Wolves didn't really do anything either, but somehow easily win. I don't know what to make of it. They're bad.
Scoring a corner.
Yeah, scoring a free corner goals is no good.
I was really confused about why Bruno is being so overwhelmingly shouted as the soccer replacement.
I don't actually know. You'll have to ask Jack Lad, but I assume it's a big part of it are the analytics people. I think that any player who's nailed 90 every single game and pens just is like they're fucking catapulted to the top of every ranking.
But my biggest exceptional issue with this is like, how Odegaard. Is there any argument that you can put him over Odegaard?
Yeah, I guess just because...
What is that case? Because I was thinking about this, and I mean, I don't know what an algorithm even is, but how can you make that argument that
I'd be
Bruno
curious
is better
to know.
Like, Odegaard's strictly better than Bruno in every sense of the word that when they have pens and 90, right? Like, what am I missing on this?
No, completely agree. But
team better player, creates more chance. Like,
listen,
just
I wouldn't
better.
Be that shocked. I don't know really how this shit works. I don't know. Is someone manually tinkering at home like, oh, Odegaard plus 0.8 pens per game or something? I have no idea, but maybe it just didn't update properly and they didn't, they didn't.
It's FPL Tower server.
No, but like they didn't say, like, whoever updated the points projections for Odegaard didn't treat him the same way as Bruno, which is nailed and pens and corners and all the shit that Bruno has. I don't really know how it worked, but I mean, he was all over Twitter. Everyone was just like, oh yeah, Bruno. Sock out of Bruno. That was the most common move I saw on Twitter. I don't know if it was the same on Discord, but that was everyone.
Yeah.
Can't really explain it, but I'm happy he got a red card. Don't like him.
Me too. Someone will explain it to me at some point.
Yeah. We need like a producer, like producer Kyle on Bill's show, but they have to be like balls deep in the analytics so we can bounce these sorts of questions off of them. Just be like, why did everyone get Bruno again? Then they just turn on their mic for 2 seconds. It's like, oh, well, he's projected to 4 more points than Odegaard over the next 7 game weeks. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Got it.
I guess.
Gotcha.
But I mean, who am I to fucking talk? I got Jota and Diaz that combined for 10 minutes.
They got more points than Bruno combined. 10 minutes, 1 point, way more than Bruno.
Diaz,
fucking negative
way
points.
more than Bruno.
Yeah.
0 minutes, does not play. Way better than Bruno. It's a fact.
Way better.
It's a fact. What other matches? Anything else? And Chelsea blew their game. Fulham are good. We've been saying for a long time Fulham are good. NFO are good. Spurs are not.
I mean, I guess Newcastle just keep blowing doors down.
Yeah,
Villa fucking are terrible. So we expected that. I don't know if we expected the red card, and they should have probably won 6-0 on balance. But
yeah. But I mean, they are on a run
flying.
of scoring 1 billion goals. And 3 versus Liverpool. They somehow lost to Brentford. I don't know what happened there, but they still scored 2 goals. Then they scored 4 against Leicester, 4 against Ipswich, 3 against Villa. Yeah, I mean, Gordon is the unsung man who I was shouting, but we were both kind of like, yeah, I don't know. He's not playing that well. First minute of the game scores a worldie, obviously. He didn't really do that much after that, to be fair. Isak feels like absolute lunacy to not own Isak at this point. I mean, there's really no reason to not do that.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little bit frustrating, a frustrating figure of that game. But yeah, there's so much opportunity. Like, he just pops up in so many different areas, and he allegedly has. I mean, he's another one like Haaland. It's like if he takes a pen, I'm just like, holy shit! I think it's -2 points, but the run he's on is really kind of insane. I mean, he just scores every game, and he just scores every fucking game. Yeah. And he looked like he could have scored, 3 this game easily. Gordon, yeah. I mean,
I might just take another hit and turn Jesus into Isak.
Yeah. Murphy, dude.
Murphy, to be fair, has been playing fucking great.
Yeah, he misses half an hour of every game, but no one gives a fuck about him, so he's just always in acres of space. Like,
and
he's the guy that
the
comes in on the counter and no one's around him.
Yeah, he has all the athleticism.
Crazy.
He works so fucking hard, and he just like makes the simple run, plays the simple ball, hits the shit out. He is like one of the hardest hitting shooters in the fucking league. He kicks the absolute fucking shit out of the ball.
He's at the home run derby, like going for it every shot. You will know. You know when he shoots the ball. Yeah,
the sound.
There's no
is different.
finesse whatsoever. Yeah, it's just power. Yeah,
just pure power when he hits the ball, and it sort of balances the team. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, look,
in a way that like
6,
Barnes
13,
wouldn't.
13-7.
Who's
you
on
kidding
that?
me? 6. That's Murphy's last 4. 6, 13, 13-7.
Wild.
That's insane.
Wow.
That's fucking
Jacob
insane.
fucking Murphy.
He's
Mr.
5
Murphy.
million. He's 5 million. I'm sitting with Enzo with my dick in my hands. Jacob Murphy is the absolute truth.
He's the pick.
It's insane.
And meanwhile, they just keep keeping cleans. Not really that deservingly, I wouldn't say, but Hall has been fucking insane for you. 6, 7, and 15.
Hall?
Yeah.
I'm so
Hall
glad
with
I
a
got
U,
Hall.
not Hall with a fucking double L. Yeah.
He should have gotten more points. Like he was denying his life away this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a few really good. He created, I think, like one really good chance, and then another one that was like, okay, could have had an assist, but yeah, Hall's just unbelievable. He's 4-7 now. I mean, I got him when he was 4-4, but
maybe I just do like Trent to Hall and Jesus to Isak.
I mean, dude, paying for defenders is fucking yesterday's news.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's like, do you trust the process or the outcome? I think this is one of the hardest things, maybe the hardest thing to do in the whole fucking game is, trusting the process when things aren't going well. But it's like, there's another world where Trent just like, 2 more assists. And just like fucking flying. He has 8 assists this year. Like, imagine not having him. It's the stupidest thing ever. But that is not what's happening. 2 of his 4 assists came in the fucking substitute appearance when no one owned him because he was off the injury against Newcastle. And then everyone just hitting the bar when he crosses to them. And Liverpool cleans have fallen off a cliff, as I mentioned before.
Yep.
It just, right now, it's just like, how the fuck am I paying for this right now when I could have Huijsen? Scoring 8 points every game. He's the fucking best pick in the game also.
Yeah. I mean, it's still back. Like, I know it's like trust the process or the product, but I think, the threading the eye of the needle is when do we update our process to like reflect like when it's accurate. And like, that's where like, I feel so confident that it's like paying absolutely nothing for defenders is just the way of the game, the direction the game is going.
Yeah.
And like, having 4, 5 and under defenders is just like, they're all fucking bullshit garbage. Like, I've gotten lucky out of my ass getting these points from Hudson and Hall or whatever. Like,
Castagna,
all the other teams suck. Like, all the other teams are good at attack. Like, I don't fucking know what's happening. Like, I want to get, as many expensive attackers. And like, I feel great doing that, because you sit there and it's like, you tilt your budget to get a 7 million defender, and then, someone falls down and Jordan Ayew scores a goal, and you're like, well, I'm fucked. There's like him and the other cheap guy that I have that sucks that I'm having my team to enable him. I'm getting like 2 blanks, and it's like, that sucks. I'd rather just have like shitty ass fucks, in defense. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know which one it is. This will be a good thing to, sort of reflect on at the end of the season and maybe talk about just every week because, right. Like I said, the other end of the coin is all the Trent assists, but like we haven't even talked about the cleans, right? Yeah. Jordan Ayew they didn't take a shot in the entire game after that. He scores in the first. They got
their goal. Don't need to.
They got their goal. He puts one in the corner in the 5th minute. Everyone makes a mistake and defends badly, and then nothing else happens. It's like, holy shit, another world that's an inch inside. Allison saves it. I'm on a clean and 2 Trent assists, and it's like fucking obviously I have a 15-pointer. Like, why would I have Castagna when I could have Trent? But that is not the case. So the clean, it's not just the assist denial, it's also the cleans for what 5 weeks ago everyone would have said is the best defense in the league have just gone completely out the window. I mean, I think since Konate has been down, have there been any cleans? I mean, Man City, obviously, Man City.
Yeah, they're the worst team
I think
in the
that's
league,
literally the only clean since Konate has been down. If I'm looking correctly here.
I mean, ultimately, it's just the amount of stress on keeping a clean sheet is just too high for me in this day and age when we don't have Stoke and Swansea and Burnley in the league anymore, where you don't have 8 fixtures in the year where you can reliably say, like, we're going to get 6 cleans from these 8 and then everything else can come up 50-50 and we're flying. So like, I just feel like it's not the way forward. But
I would say that about Leicester. I would say home Leicester, you can reliably count as that as a clean. Yeah, they don't attack. They don't play anyone.
Yeah, you can, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're talking about, say you pin 6 or 8. You say the 3 promoted sides. Those are 6 games. I think that we'll keep 4 cleans in those 6. Like, you could keep 2 or 3. These teams still aren't incompetent. They're not. They don't have like flamps. It's just
it's
there's
always
so much
the problem
with
cleans. It's always the problem with cleans.
But it's also because back when we were, years ago, there are no 7 million defenders. So it's like fucking whatever. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, my 6 million defender didn't keep a clean. Well, your 5 million guy didn't either. It's like, they're all like closer bunched up. But when it's 7 million and I have guys that are 4-2, it's like, Fulham are like just as good as Liverpool defense. Like, I don't fucking know. It's like, that's not a 3 million difference, It's like, they're closer.
To me, that is more the thing. And Fulham are their own interesting thing because they just keep somehow surprising people. Like, I'm like, you don't watch football. Like, Chelsea, Fulham, you think that's like a fucking good, easy Chelsea win? Like, what are you talking about? Like, Fulham hasn't been an easy win for anyone. Except Wolves.
What do you think? Fulham have won at the Bridge since 1970. They
since
haven't.
It's or
easy game, tough game.
But yeah, like teams like Fulham, NFO, mainly those two, to be honest. I mean, a little bit Bournemouth, you're catching them in this good run, but not overall, just in a good run. But NFO and Fulham, I mean, they're just, the gap is so much closer from where a normal 4-5 defender is and a normal 6 to 7 million defender is. That gap is usually like the 4-5 guy is going to keep 7 cleans and the 7 million guy is going to keep 19 cleans. And the gap this season just feels like NFL might keep 15 cleans and Liverpool might keep 15 cleans. It's like not that far off anymore.
Yeah.
NFL, possible. Dude.
Milinkovic, Savage.
Milinkovic, Aina, they're fucking good. I hope they're in the Champions League next year. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know. That fat Greek fuck's going to be so rich.
Oh my God. The tricky trees. He's going to like buy Hamas or something if they make Champions League. He's just going to go fucking crazy.
We didn't even talk really about the Flappy. I mean, my injury.
Oh my God, your injury record.
It's like any center back I bring in gets injured. And now I have no goalkeeper.
W Fofana, Badiashile into Flappy, just handing the baton.
What am I doing with goalkeeper?
Who's your backup? Is it Voldemort on Brentford? Because you could just start him.
Oh, it's Carl Rushworth.
Oh, Rushworth.
To Hull City.
Fucking
Not
Rushworth.
Even in the league. Easy Rushworth.
Has to. I mean,
where do I go? I have 4 or 5 for the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about Hendo. Is it Hendo?
I think it's Hendo. Yeah, I think it's Hendo.
I hate that we don't get saves and he's not going to get like a 10-pointer.
He could get a 10-pointer. He could save a pen or something. But you can't afford Sells or Pickford, who are like the 2 good ones.
Yeah.
Bart, I just don't think you can go Bart. Hendo's 4-4. Feels right. Feels right to me. Good.
Yeah. I was looking at Rammers.
I mean, it is funny.
Defending.
It's funny if you get him. Yeah, to be fair, I didn't watch either of their full games with the new manager.
Yeah. And they've conceded highlights. 1 in the 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, might not be bad. They're mostly just keepers are mostly just bad. They're just all the same. So
I mean,
doesn't matter that much. I think Hendo's clearly better.
Kepa.
I think Hendo's clearly better. You guys have been
You're
tight
Hendo.
defensively for a while.
I know. But this is where I'm like,
and you have
is
the
this
good
a
run
twos?
starting now. Also,
I know,
it's like
but
a
I'm
great
just
time
is
to
this
get
a
him.
2-6 merchant? Like I hate the 2-6 Raya.
He's not. He's a
merchant. Like, that's what
2-7
he feels
merchant.
like.
Let's go.
Ay.
2-7 is a lot more than 2-6.
The saves have just been so on the edge of a point or a 0 point where I'm just like, I want someone that's getting fucking a million saves.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't make none. He gets a save point every other game.
Nearly every game, yeah.
Yeah, and he has some haul. He has an 8-pointer, 9-pointer, and he has a bunch of 7-pointers recently.
All right. I need to stop.
He's not
looking
fucking
for reasons not to get him.
Yeah.
All right,
He's
I'll
your
probably
guy.
get him.
You've been happy with him all year.
Yeah, I mean, what I was planning on doing was getting Munoz in, but now I'm fucked.
Yeah, well, you don't have a keeper.
Yeah, I don't have a
Yeah,
keeper.
your injury record is out of control.
I don't want to get it doesn't seem like Flecken's out for 3 months, like because I could get Voldemort.
I mean, there is a 4-0 guy staring at you in the face, and he's incredible.
Who?
Jacob Stolaracic.
Oh, Stoles. But isn't a fucking idiot guy going to be back any second or what?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like he's kind of out for a bit, but we're not getting like a clear, good answer. So who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I mean, I could get Stoller check or whatever and still get Munoz. Kind of like that.
Yeah, if it makes you happy.
I mean, what's going to make nothing?
So what are you going to do? Rushworth to Stoll, and then you'll have 2 starting 4-0 keepers?
I'm never transferring Rushworth.
Well, you can't get rid of Flappy because once he's back, he's a pick.
I don't care. Then I'll figure that out at that time. That's like way future.
You could save a transfer, and you just have, as soon as Flappy's back from his concussion, he'll miss 1 or 2 games, straight back in your team. And then you have 2
is it a concussion?
keepers.
Like, what is it even?
Yeah, it was a concussion sub.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I thought he's dead. I thought he's like dead, like a sniper took him out.
Maybe I'm behind the time. I was sleeping for the last 5 hours, but I'm pretty sure it was a concussion. I mean, he was just kind of like unconscious, holding his head, and then they used a concussion sub and stretched him off, and now it's like mandatory he misses a week or whatever, but I think it's just a concussion.
I have to spend more time on this.
Okay. Yeah, private time.
Because I mean, if he's just like a little silly concussion guy and he'll be back soon, then I
take
will
the
just
0.
Yes, maybe I'll just do nothing and I'll still get Munoz. I mean, dude, Flappy it wasn't too many weeks ago that he got negative points. Like a 0's a haul.
0's fine. I mean,
0's fine. Like it depends how you look at it.
Haaland gets 0s. He's 15 million.
Haaland gets fucking.
If Haaland gets 0, how is a 0 not fine?
It's fine. So maybe I just hodl Flap. Maybe they recall
emergency recall Rushworth to whatever team is he on.
Bart
I don't even remember.
Concusses himself tonight, and Jason Steele concusses himself, and Rushworth's back. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and Killian Cahill. Don't forget about him.
But
also on Brighton.
If Flap's gonna miss a game, like fucking chill, or I could get Stolchak or fucking Voldemort or whatever.
Yeah, just for a spot start.
Cheeky spot start. I got time. You got time.
I'll
figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely thinking about Munoz too. I'm thinking about bringing Mikalenko back. I'm thinking about doubling NFO with Aina.
You're changing your formation or what?
Either that or like I wasn't joking about just like maybe Jesus was a was a mistake. He takes 0 shots, subbed off on 70. Like maybe I just turn Jesus into Isak. Trent is the money. And just do that.
Yeah, that could work.
I mean, if Liverpool aren't tight and keeping cleans, I said this about fucking Aït-Nouri, I'll say it about Trent. There's no defender ever in this game who's good enough if the team isn't keeping cleans. Good enough attacking if the team's not keeping cleans. It doesn't matter. So yeah, he's creating big chances every second of every game, but doesn't seem worth it if the cleans aren't looking good, and right now they're not looking good.
Yep. Yeah, it's fun. It's like also just the letting 2 goals up just adds up also, right? Like,
what do you mean?
Like getting -1 points for letting 2 goals up.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, mid
So
that doesn't happen to mids. Like, if you have 2 players for 14 game weeks, like you're just gonna get, -3 points over that course from having the defender rather than mid for just no reason, really.
Yeah.
Like just because that's the scoring system.
Yeah, right. I mean,
I don't know, like
they've done it twice in the last 3 weeks, Spurs and Fulham, right? It's just...
Yeah, like the margins, the margins are there. Yeah, I don't know.
It's also, and just like, I mean, we have sort of talked mostly about the bonus when it comes to like forwards and mids, but also the huge hit of where Trent used to be able to just scam a bone in that Spurs game, right? Like he still got 30 BPS even though we conceded 3 goals because he was just so fucking insane. But if you plus 12 because like he would have been in and around bones in some of these games, he'd have more points, but just not reality anymore. Yep.
Timber's been good.
What'd you say?
Timber's been good.
Timber's been great for me.
Yeah.
I shouted him as best defender pick in the game when I got him, and he's been nothing short of that.
Yeah,
he's been nothing short of that.
I mean,
another Max Bones easy haul. Yeah, really good.
All right, babe.
All right, buddy.
That's a pod.
That's a pod. One ass to slap Andrew Fraser. There, baby, slap that ass. And I will be back in New York for the next pod. I think normal time on Monday, right?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
We'll see. Any last words?
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Check us out at fmlpl.com. Follow us on Twitter at fmlpl sports page.com/fmlpl. Subscribe, rate, review.